All right, welcome everybody to War Instincts. This is Mookie, joined with Darth, and what we're going to do today is we're going to be talking about specifically the Dark Hunters, and also we're going to talk about Omega Red here because a lot of people were able to get Omega Red unlocked on the second release, and so yeah, I know there's still some questions there for some people trying to figure out the Heroes for Hire counter, and not that it's not a difficult counter, it's just kind of understanding like kind of tweak around having a heavy high level health, Omega Red there on your what is it called, the Weapon X roster. So yeah, you will definitely kind of do some little play testing. I have a video out there that I've released a few weeks ago that kind of gets into it, very specific details, but I'll try to brush up on that from my memory because I think I try to show two different parts on like how to kind of go into the mode, but we'll dig into it once I do the practice mode. I'll talk about it here. And then, of course, I'm going to definitely use Dart's brain talking about the Dark Hunters because I know he's been looking at that team a lot. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to jump right into it. Hope you guys enjoy this video. And let's take a look at it here. And I think it really didn't have any troubles with this one, right? I think I saw him excited about going against, he said I walked through whip.
Yeah.
So the tricky part is, I think that, let me bring up my team.
Willie, now let's just for fun, we'll let everybody know. Willie's got a 7 red star Sabretooth and a 5 star. I don't know what the red stars are on his Omega Red, but that brings it down to Sabretooth, the old where Sabretooth is the strongest, and he just eats that ability block, and then Omega Red goes nuts.
Yeah, see, this is where I wish on the video here that I can kind of showcase like the stats. But take my word for it that I do have a bigger Omega Red. I mean, I guess you can kind of look at it right here.
You look right there. 105k for your Sabretooth and 186k for. I mean, he's a gear level and a red star higher. He's definitely got a bigger health pool than your Sabretooth.
Yeah, so exactly. And then like, look, I don't even work on the my poor Wolverine.
I was just looking at that. Look at that cute little Weapon X is what I was gonna say. Look at your 2 gear 16s, a gear 15, and then you just got no love for Wolverine at all.
I'm trying to. You know what? I got him at level 71. I got him at 71.
I know this isn't a tower mode video, but in tower mode, you're going to face some Weapon X's. And if you take out your Wolverine and put Cable in there, it guarantees your Lady Deathstrike goes first, and you win the match if you play it smartly.
I remember you talking about that, sharing that, and that made a lot of sense because it's all about having your Omega Red go off first and being able to go ahead and land the ability block and attack their Omega Red out. So
even more, it's about Lady Deathstrike because Lady Deathstrike, I think, in that situation goes first. So you get to choose who to rewind, man. You can really mess a team up with. But anyway, let's do this.
All right, yeah, let's get it. All right, so yeah, here's the whole aspect of having the large Omega Red, and see, and I've been thinking to myself, I probably should be switching that ISO. Currently, the ISO that I have on Omega Red, I actually put him as I forget what this is called. Skirmisher. Yeah, and because at the time, this was a situation where I was like, I was so dependent or felt dependent that I needed to land the ability block on this girl right here so bad. Because I know, because I have the large Mega Red, she's going to put the ability block on me. So it's like, nah, let me do it on her first. So that's my theory. I just wanted to be safe than sorry. That's why I put the Skirmisher. And I'm going to leave it that way. I think now he's so big, his focus is even higher now that I got him to the 6th, 7th level. 6 red, 7 gold stars, that without the Skirmisher, I think it could still land. But I just think like to your point you're talking about with Tarvin and so forth in different matchups later, I think he's just going to be real dependent on that ability block. So that's why I left him here. But Striker is crazy when you get the double hits. So it's up to you and how you want to play it. All right. So anyways, there's ability block that I do on here. Now that I got that out of the way, my next thing is I'm going to put the Disrupt over here on Luke Cage for the taunt. And just to double check, there it is. It's on the ultimate. So Hero Protector, put the Disrupt. Boom. Now once that's done, now I got ability block, got Disrupt. Now I change my focus. And I know for me, it's always going after this guy over here. He's just the annoyance. Now he does have the trauma up on there with the hill block, which this in theory should start melting away. The charges.
The yellow. You just don't
But
want to drop Luke Cage.
yeah, so this is, I'll just kind of show what I do. And then this is the key thing. This is where like Darts is talking about where Lady Deathstrike is so huge, is that turn meter rewind. And luckily the grouping right here is right in the middle perfectly because look, I want the rewind to happen over here to Colleen Wing and with Shang. See, Shang's almost his turn, her turn's almost there, so we want to rewind them. Of course, that's her counter. And then here we go. Now here's like, this is what I do. Some people want to put the defensive up. I see defensive up already here, so I don't want to go ahead and put the taunt. I just, again, I find him more annoying. I don't want his ultimate to go off. That's really what my whole driver factor is whenever I do this matchup, is I don't want that turn, his ultimate to come out. So that's why I choose to go ahead and put the stun on him. And most times, again, this is a beefy one that, you know, it doesn't knock him out, it doesn't drop him dead. I mean, I guess we'll talk about that later. But in this one right here, I was able to stun him. Now, the next thing I do is I go away. I don't have the striker ability, right? So I'm not going to get the double hits or anything like that. But this is where the trauma comes on everybody. And I choose to go after Luke. Now, see what happens. Shane, that thing melted away. He lost his death proof.
All those charges on everybody are pretty much gone now.
Yeah.
And it become an easy match as soon as you didn't get ability blocked your Omega Red by Misty Knight.
Yeah. I'll just go back, finish him off.
But no, well, excuse, and then you put the disrupt on Luke Cage.
Yeah,
as soon as
see.
you did those two moves, it became an easier match.
Yeah. So there's no more charges. It's pretty much game over at this point. Now it's just a matter of like, how do I want to ping this? I guess technically I can kind of go this way. He dies. Go back.
The times 3.
Yeah. And then just do this to land vulnerable on
Fence
her.
down.
And this girl. And then I'm just gonna go after him. But yeah, I mean I can go on auto now. But yeah, I mean it's the whole beginning attack. It's all of, like you said, it's about like landing the ability block that I do on Misty Knight. And then for me it's to stun Shang-Chi. So I mean that's the way I go about it. I mean, do you go about it differently? I mean, how do you go about it, Darth? I mean, we can replay it again, or should I find a different matchup?
No, that's fine. I don't think we need to replay it. That was a good enough one to show exactly what you wanted to show. But see, I haven't used my Weapon X since I got my upgraded Omega Red against the Heroes for Hire. I've taken mirror matches in our last couple wars, and a great big Omega Red makes those super easy. So my Omega Red went from 5 red star to 7 star, 6 red star over the last event. And so now he's way bigger than my Sabretooth as well. But I have yet to take that match, but I will use the same theory that Mookie does. But the problem I've heard now is so that Sevo in our alliance, he got himself a nice big fat Omega Red, and he's run into the problem where when his Omega Red ults, he wipes the team, and they don't lose all the charges because of their trauma, and they all stand back up with just one less charge and no trauma or ability block or anything, and they just kill him.
See, and that would be against like a lower.
Right, and that's what I would think. That's against a lower Heroes for Hire, but still, that's something that needs to at least be considered occasionally. Something I hadn't had to think about before.
Yeah, and just for testing, I want to see that real quick. And I think here's the real key thing though, that, and you remember the rooms better than me, which is the room that puts a disrupt on you. There's a certain room that you can
reactor.
Yeah,
reactor.
That's the key thing, is that the reactor one is like,
it's hard because it stops your speed up.
Let's go out to Willie's team. Was that 577?
There's probably a smaller one. I don't know what.
Yeah, let me try to find a smaller one.
Go over to flight deck 1.
That's 6. And that may drop down, but let me just see what peg.
I think this one may be one of our smaller ones. 650 now. They're all about that. We don't have any. That's about the minimum for our alliance there. So that'll be about what, 525 or something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna use this one right here.
Okay.
Try to go
500
a little bit quicker. But yeah, it's the reactor. I mean that room can definitely mess you up. And I found a
Well, yeah,
way
then you
around
don't.
it though. Yeah, I found a little work around it, which is kind of weird.
Okay.
But I can't remember. Like I had to see it within a moment. It's like one of those things. Maybe I just got to record it or something. But I can't remember now. But anyways, all right. So here's like the smaller aspect. This is kind of where you kind of wipe them out.
Right.
Yeah. So let me see. So I'm still gonna go about that approach. I'm gonna put the ability block over here. You know, it's funny. Oh, I guess you got to turn, so it fell off. All right, come back over here. Put the disrupt.
Yeah. I would use the exact same strategy. Go to _3 too. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
no,
Use the
I'm
exact same
fixing that.
strategy you did before and just see if you start killing everybody when you do Omega Red's ultimate.
Okay. There we go. Just go through it quick. We don't have to talk about. There's the rewind in that grouping. All right, and then I'm gonna do the stun. Yeah, so sometimes when you have that happen to stun, it may like get him unfreezed, and the charges don't really melt off.
Yeah, so it looks like he's out of charges already for you. This
Yeah.
will kill Colleen, but I don't think it'll kill anybody else. See, I haven't run into this problem. It was just something I heard, but maybe your Omega Red's not big enough. Okay, so there it goes. It killed, yeah, those ones. All three of them came back. Okay, so it's almost there. The only person who's going to be out of charges is Luke Cage,
And then he's gonna die off right there.
and he's going to die in a minute.
And
So,
then
and she's out of charges now too.
Yeah, so I can focus on her.
Okay,
Yeah. So I don't know.
it's
I don't
not
know.
as
I'm kind of
yeah,
curious, and it could be just something where
but like I
I don't
can
know.
see that if it is too weak of a team, then you do wipe everybody off the board where it becomes problematic.
Yeah, no, I totally could see it too, and I think it's just kind of
Especially
maybe
if,
that first, if
right,
like a
if
weaker
Shang-Chi
Shang-Chi.
drops.
Yeah,
Yeah, if he drops off and then he ultimates afterwards, like you might be screwed.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, we can get out of this one. All right, so the next one that we're gonna do is to start talking about the Dark Hunters. So on the Dark Hunter side of things, I started trying to save a roster here. You have an interesting video. Let me jump over to your video first. Let's give your channel some love. Yeah, so you did the Dark Hunters versus Web Warriors. Who have you also used the Dark Hunters against?
That's been mostly it. I wanted to push him as far as I could, and I did. Well, I did as far as what I know this week in war. So, like, the video we're going to see is pretty successful. It's a reasonable punch-up. That was on the first war we did. And then on the last war we did, I did about 120k punch-up very successfully. But in the middle war, I tried like a 200k punch-up twice and lost both times. I backed out, so it was unsuccessful. So it's not... I guess it's a hard counter because you can punch up 100k, but it's not like it's one of those walk away with it 200, 300k counters.
Yeah.
But it's it all depends on everybody's kit. Like Ghost Rider really fuels that team because he's the battery for speed. So when I use the 3 Dark Hunters, Mordo and Hela right now, and Hela comes with Greg, and on that team Greg goes first, and at least against the Web Warriors, Greg goes first, and I attack one of them. He'll leave a heal block, which will fuel 3% speed meter to the whole team because of Ghost Rider's passive, and then Ghost Spider will retaliate and kill Greg, and then he'll take 10% speed meter away from their whole team. And then Ghost Rider goes, it just starts fueling everybody's turn meter. And Elsa, I mean, the key is Elsa. Every time somebody dodges, Elsa comes in and gives somebody a bang bang. And they die from that bang bang a lot of the times, or at least get seriously injured from it. But again, this is a very RNG match, man. The dodges can still, like, they can dodge the retaliate.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and Axemen are good against Web Warriors, Willie. I just use this because I put my Axemen on defense, and I want to use them until Morbius comes out. Like, I know where they're going to go in a week when I have Morbius. Like, there's for sure what's going to happen with them. I'm just trying to find something to do with them that's successful for right now.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, BB. I was seeing your chat here. You know, Wolverine is actually my favorite Marvel character, and I didn't even show him any love. His kit sucks. Man, I don't know what to say. It's disappointing.
What? Oh no, his rework was good, man. I like him.
You do? Yeah.
Especially on that team. Like I don't know,
But he's just there to get
you
attacked. You want him to get attacked?
No,
and
dude,
revive?
you're just not. You don't have any love for tower mode enough. Like you haven't had him or you're not doing a mirror match enough.
Yeah.
You're not appreciating the trifecta of Sabretooth, Wolverine, and Lady Deathstrike all doing their ultimates back to back to back, basically, and leaving 12 bleeds on 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, you know what? That's a key point. I don't have any T4s on them for all the extra bleeds either and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I gotta relook at them. But I think once that whole Dormammu starts sticking out in our war is when you're gonna see me really get anxious to start gearing them up more. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, let's jump over. So this is your battle here is about almost a 200k punch up roundabout, and yeah, you kind of went into the whole aspect.
130.
Yeah, I wanted to round it up higher. Yeah, I see six and
No,
eight. I'm
no,
gonna say
no.
200.
Hey, let's be honest. This is about something you can do. This is about what you can do with this.
Okay. I really like the way that you brought in Ghost Rider with that hella combination. But I'll let you talk it out.
That's
So this is it, right? You're really
that was it.
focusing on
Yeah,
that ghost.
yeah. Well, that's who you want to kill first, so you stop the retaliates. At least I do. And of course, the damn Miles is going to dodge everything while he's in stealth.
Yeah.
And then the ability block and the defense down. And then the Big Bang, and that almost kills Ghost Spider. More, and I use this to try to stun and blind. Blind is good, but it's more debuffs out there. Some people want to use the heal block because it'll leave 5 debuffs maybe and speed your team even more. But you can see the dodges that are happening. Elsa's just smashing the crap out of everybody that dodges.
I was about to ask you. I'm gonna. What are you talking about? Yeah, Elsa. Like, what? Do you remember where you had her at? I didn't look on the screen, but is
It
she?
didn't say on the screen. She's right. I can't remember when, but right now she's level tier 14, level 85, and she's got 3 T4s, everything but her special.
Yeah, I really want to build her up. Like, I'm anxious or curious about like using some of the elite promos, like on like getting her red star level up a little bit, at least to 5 if I don't have it there. So
Yeah, I do have her 6 red stars, but she when Morbius comes, I do believe in Morbius's passive. It adds damage to the Dark Hunter team, so that
mhm.
big damage she has now is going to get a percentile increase.
Okay, all right. Just curious about it. All right, so yeah,
And
because I
and
see her
luckily,
doing the
like look, they
damage.
keep attacking Greg, and as they attack Greg, they're basically countering all their stuff. And then that was nice. I got to spread the blind and the ability block. So basically, this is over. Like this, that was
That was it. Yeah.
like it was excellent RNG on this match, and I've had it go way different since, but not on something as small as this. I did almost kill 200 and something K punch up one time, but it's definitely sketchier than I want to use all the time, and I'm glad I've got another use for this team coming up. I think in the last war there was a Gear 16 regular Spider-Man, and it took me over a minute to kill him by himself at the end.
Yeah, there they are. Now, so the
So
key
yeah,
thing, like whenever you see, you would like using them against Web Warriors because of, do you think it's because of Elsa's counter and how
yep,
she kind of does
that's
her
it.
dodge?
That's why I like that. Like that's why I started doing that. Like it just makes sense. They want to dodge so much. I'd like to punish them for dodging. And I have a big, like I said, a six red star on a character is a pretty big one.
Yeah,
And I think I had her invested to gear 13 or something silly before the rework even, so it wasn't that much more of an investment to bring her up to 14.
yeah. All right. Let me jump back into the claim gameplay because what I want to do is I want to go back into the topic here. Oops, how do I close this one? And it's just kind of really just thinking about the Dark Hunters as a whole and how they're not only like to jump on them early, like the way you're doing. It's almost like for 3 different reasons. One, for the obvious, is the war aspect, right? For them being the counters for the heroes for hire. And then the second thing, which I don't know which order you want to put in preference, but it's going to be for the Scourge event. I mean, I know your web warriors are higher, and we haven't even seen what the layout of the match is, but just your gut feeling. Do you feel that you need to have a higher Dark Hunter roster versus the web warriors to get to the difficulty level 5, 6, and up? I mean, what's your gut feeling? Like, which one do you think is of more priority to have? Like, or
For accounts that aren't doing what I'm doing and aren't going all in on both, it's probably better for your personal account and where your gameplay is to work on the Web Warriors first.
yeah,
Because they're daily use team. You use them 7 days a week in your bio raids and the Doom raids. Like they are the team. If you don't have symbiotes built, don't and build the Web Warriors instead. So that would be like where my main focus would be anyway. But like I said, I've already got them as far as I can actually gear them right now. I want to take characters to 16 and just don't have the augmented uniques. So I've already finished with that, and I did that for our Doom raids because raids are a top priority for my account. So now that the Dark Hunters are coming out, I'm definitely going to do it. I was going to do it anyway, and we'll see. Like I plan on bringing them all to Gear 15 anyway.
Yeah.
It's what was I telling you off air? I says it's really nice. It's like they looked at my account and saw what I wanted to do and what I was doing and says, fine, just for you, we'll create this event so that you've used resources wisely for the first time in your life.
Yeah. So no, no, well said. I mean, you're 100% correct. I had to like double, triple stamp that priority should be Web Warriors to build up. I mean, it is for just the mere aspect about that Doom raid is 100% correct. I think just for fun, if you do have the extra resources, then go ahead and go all in on the Dark Hunters versus Young Avengers because this is going to be one of your war counters, and we already know how annoying the Heroes for Hire were. Hell, and we just talked about some of our alliance mates that already got Omega Red unlocked and still kind of having difficulties with Heroes for Hire. So this is going to be a solution there, and that's just more for fun aspect, and of course it is going to help on the Scourge event. But this team is very interesting. You can see, I mean, I have been focusing, gearing them up a little bit. Like I said, I want to get her that 5 red star. So I do, luckily, with that whole, was it Chaos Theory that we had with the Wakandan event, I was able to get some more promos. So I have enough. So I'm looking for her on the store. And other than that, we'll get Voodoo out this week. And then come next following Friday, we'll get Morbius. So all of that's exciting stuff. So I'm definitely hyped up for all of that. And yeah, I mean, it got the game fun again. I'm not going to talk about any of the negative stuff here. So we had a salt-free.
So just on that,
Sunday.
yeah, that's exactly what we need to have every Sunday is a salt-free Sunday. There's so much salt out there right now. But
Yeah.
I was asked in Alliance chat this week, who would somebody prioritize? Would they work on Young Avengers or work on Dark Hunters or Ravengers? I don't remember which one of the questions it was, but it was the new defensive teams versus one of the offensive teams. And I get most of my fun out of this game. So the more fun I can have during war is what I want to do. So I mean, I would tell anybody, and that's how you win war, by offense, not by defense. So if you're looking to invest in only one of the teams from this patch, definitely consider heavily doing the offensive route. It'll lead to more fun for you and make you, I don't know, it's just more fun, I think.
Yeah. No, you're right. And the thing I'll kind of close off about that comparison between the Young Avengers is you took. I applaud you, man. Like normally I always, laugh a little bit as far as saying that you go all in on everything that comes out, but you did play it cautiously. You did it right as far as you just went what G12 on the Young
Level
Avengers.
65, Gear
Yeah.
12, and only one T4.
And you told me you got some defensive victories too, right?
It's funny that at 400k or whatever they are, getting me 2 defensive victories are about a war still, and that's because people are trying to punch 200k down with something, with anything, with not Shadowlands, with not a Zemo X Factor, without a counter, and they're just thinking that their size is going to overpower this team, and it just can't.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the only reason why I'm kind of investing on them a little bit more aggressively because I just know that some of the sure counters are a little bit out there for the smaller Young Avengers squad. I just want to catch them off guard. So actually, dang, I didn't screenshot it, but I probably would close this out if I can find a photo real fast here. Okay, well, yeah, here it is. Finally got the photos all translated over here. But yeah, so on the top, this is kind of the sequences where they went in with that new Warrior squad. And they tried to do a punch down, had to cancel out of it. Second one, they came in with that Zemo. So that's kind of like that counter, right? The current counter is where you put Zemo with X Factor. And then that didn't go through. And then, of course, then I used up one of their Weapon X.
That's amazing. They got tilted, as I like to say, and just went in and killed you. Is it? Oh, it's not even the same guy. So they didn't get tilted. They just saw what was going down.
Yeah. So that's why, I mean, I saw that. I had heard about it, just looking at some other Alliance War chats and stuff like that. And that's kind of what happens is when you get yourself a pretty meaty Young Avengers that you end up having to take out the opponent. Like the opponent has to come in with Weapon X. So that kind of theory was coming into play there. So I was pretty excited. So that's why I'm sharing that. But otherwise, all right. Well, we're going to go ahead and bounce out of here. Sorry, we kind of went over the time here. So thank you guys again. Like as Darth was saying, y'all joining us on Twitch. We appreciate it. Those that have been watching us on the YouTube, we appreciate you guys definitely as well. I'll be off next Sunday, so we'll catch you on the following Sunday. So till then, enjoy y'all's week. All right, bye-bye.